You can plan everything on a trip, down to the last detail. All the maps and locations set, times for the best light, batteries charged, and everything in place. But you can never depend on the weather, especially in a place like Iceland. So we head towards the East Fjords and the southeast coast, just looking for anything that catches our eye. We had a few locations in mind, but also wanted to just explore and find something a little bit different. Alright guys, well, we decided to bypass the Glacier Lagoon for now. The weather was absolutely terrible. It was completely cloud covered. You couldn't see anything. It was raining for like 3 hours straight. We waited there, we took a nap, and then we decided we're gonna drive towards the East Fjords. There's a couple of waterfalls that we were interested in, and we were actually driving down the road and we just stopped. We saw actually a waterfall that's way back there, and there's a couple of people shooting that, so we decided to keep walking down the road, and we found this beautiful little waterfall here we're gonna try and shoot. So we're gonna set up right now and yeah, see if we can make this thing kind of interesting. Chris and I both worked the waterfall and really couldn't get anything we really loved other than one detail shot, so we moved upriver to yet another waterfall. This one looked extremely promising. There were some peaks in the background in between the two falls, and I could almost walk behind the waterfall. So there were a few compositions, maybe a pano, and it was absolutely beautiful. It was raining off and on and very windy, and the low clouds kept covering up those peaks, but it made for some very moody conditions.
We're driving to the East Fjords right now, and we came along one little waterfall, and we just followed the river upstream, and there were two and probably more if you would follow more upstreams. And it's just, there are so many waterfalls here. If you just see one and then follow that, there will be another one, and I have no idea the names of them, but you're sure heard of the famous ones like Skogafoss and all the other fosses. Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily have to be one that is famous. You'll find unique compositions in areas like this, which usually aren't you know, that popular. It was just us here at this waterfall, so that was pretty amazing. So now we'll continue exploring the area here and just chasing more waterfalls.
We continued on towards one of the locations we were looking to shoot for sunset when we came across the real star of Iceland. It isn't the iconic waterfalls or the big glaciers or any black sand beaches with giant icebergs on them. It's the beautiful Icelandic horses. These animals are just amazing. Chris had a shot in mind with these guys, and the situation presented itself. I left my camera in the van and watched her use her portrait skills to get one of these moody horse portraits, and man, did Chris and her model deliver. Alright guys, well, we come here to this beautiful place called East Fjords. This was kind of our goal for this sunset shoot, and it's absolutely beautiful. I got my boots on just in case we need to go down to the water. We got clouds coming in and out, really low-hanging clouds up on the peaks. Just absolutely beautiful. It's so windy here, so we're gonna kind of explore, maybe do some long lens shots up close of the mountain, then also go down, do some seascapes, maybe some crashing waves in the foreground. So oh yeah, absolutely beautiful, and the weather changes so fast here. It was just kind of nice, and the sun was poking through, and then now we get up here and it's just wind is howling, and the clouds, everything was kind of ominous. So it's good. Might get some nice moody shots, and we're gonna go look around and see what we can find. so we have to jump back in the van and see if we can wait it out a little bit. There's a couple of holes poking through the clouds, so it's looking like it might be really nice, but I think right now we're just gonna have to jump back in the van because it is hailing. And but we also got some beautiful light here, so I don't know, I'm kind of torn. Chris is on the other side of the hill down there photographing some seascapes. I don't know, I have the keys to the van, so I don't know if she wants to get back in there. Oh, I mean, this weather is terrible, but it's also, sometimes this kind of weather can produce the absolute best light and some of the most dramatic photos I've ever taken.
Not a photo, I think, but it was beautiful.
Ready to get in the car and drive off? Okay guys, well the wind is still howling, it is raining like crazy, which either one of those doesn't really make that big a difference. I'm still willing to go out and shoot it. The problem is East Fjords has been covered in clouds. We got a bunch of low-hanging clouds and it doesn't look like it's letting up anytime soon. The sun just set, so we pretty much lost all the light. It just didn't work out, which happens sometimes, but that's alright. So up next, well, you guys have to click on this video here to see what we do next, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.